Hello friends, in this video we will see how to get the remainder without any division process, and now which theorem helping us in that process. Of course the theorem is remainder theorem. Now let's see what is remainder theorem and how it is helpful for us. First of all we will see zeros of polynomial, and this concept is very helpful before going to get the meaning of remainder theorem and how it is useful. So before going for the remainder theorem, we have to go through first the zeros of polynomial. For understanding of this concept, I am taking an example, that is x minus 1. So meaning of zeros of polynomial says that if we are putting a number in place of the variable and polynomial gets 0, so the number we are putting in place of variable and polynomial gets 0, the number is called 0 of the polynomial. If I am putting here 1 in place of x and getting the result 0, getting the result of the polynomial 0. So 1 must be the 0 of the polynomial. This is called 0 of the polynomial. So 1 is the 0 of the polynomial. But if we are getting these kind of polynomials, x square plus 3x plus 2, so how can we get the zeros of the polynomial? This is, we are putting 1 in the polynomial, getting the result 0. This is like hit and trial method, and we have to try here hit and trial method here also to get the zeros of the polynomial. But hit and trial method is how many times we will try the hit and trial. So what is the actual process says, put the number in place of variable, get, if the polynomial gets 0, then that number is 0 of the polynomial. If we are going for the reverse process, we are getting the factors of the polynomial. So factors we are getting here x plus 2 and x plus 1 by the splitting the middle term. Method says that, definition says that number putting in place of variable, if the polynomial gets 0, then this is called 0 of the polynomial. If we are equating the polynomial equal to 0 and then getting the value of the variable, this is also a 0 of the polynomial. So we are going to reverse the process. Process says that putting the number, getting the result 0 of the polynomial, we are equating the polynomial equal to 0 and then getting the value of variable. This is also a process of the getting the 0 of the polynomial. Let's see how it is. X plus 2 individually and x plus 1 individually are equal to 0, because x plus 2 into x plus 1 is equal to 0. that can be created by x plus 2 is equal to 0, then the product must be 0, or x plus 1 is equal to 0, then the product is equal to 0, or both are equal to 0, then the product is equal to 0. So we are taking both are equal to 0 because we are interested to get both the zeros. So we are taking this one is equal to 0, this one is equal to 0, and now we are getting the results. So finally we are getting two zeros here, x is equal to 1 negative and x is equal to 2 negative. So negative 2 and negative 1 are the zeros of the polynomial. Definition says put the number, if the polynomial gets 0, then it is 0 of the polynomial. We are applying reversely. We are taking the polynomial equal to 0 and then getting the factors of the polynomial, equating the factors equal to 0, and now getting the result, that is called zeros of the polynomial. So this is the 0 of the polynomial. So this definition will help us for the understanding what is remainder theorem. Now let's see. Suppose we are going to divide x square plus 3x plus 4 by x minus 1. If we are going to divide x square plus 3x plus 4 by x minus 1, so what should be the remainder? So if we are not going for the division process, how can we get the remainder? Now let's see. Before that, we will see something about the remainder theorem in number system. Suppose 11 is divided by 2, so we are getting 2 5s are 10, remainder is 1. Now this is dividend this is divisor, this is quotient, and this is remainder. So what is division algorithm says? First of all, we will see and we will apply this division algorithm here also in remainder theorem. So division algorithm says that dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Here remainder we are getting 1, quotient is 5, divisor is 2, and dividend was 11. So we are getting here dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So I am writing here dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So this division algorithm we will use here. Now x square plus 3x plus 4, this is actually dividend, divided by x minus 1, this is divisor. Suppose we are getting the quotient q and remainder r if we are going to divide this. Suppose we are getting the quotient q and remainder r. So we are going to write the division algorithm again. Division algorithm says dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So what is dividend here? Dividend is x square plus 3x plus 4, divisor that we have x minus 1, quotient we don't have but we have supposed that quotient is x, remainder we have supposed this is r, quotient is q, remainder is r, divisor is x minus 1, and x square plus 3x plus 4 is dividend. So we have used this division algorithm and now we have arranged the given things. Now we are finding here our task is to get the remainder. Without any division process we are going to get the remainder, and that is only the remainder theorem. Without any division, if you are able to get the remainder, that is remainder theorem. So how can we get the remainder? Our task is remainder. How can we get that? Anyhow, if we are getting this term, if anyhow getting 0, if this term is eliminated, so we will see that remainder is equal to something. Whatever we are getting here, it should be remainder. But our task must be to get 0 here or to eliminate this term. How can we eliminate this term? Let's see. What is the divisor here? Divisor is x minus 1. We are interested to get the 0 of this divisor. So method says put the value of the variable, and if the polynomial gets 0, then the value of this variable is called 0 of the polynomial. In the previous page we have seen that if we are equating the polynomial to 0 and getting the value of the variable, that is also the 0 of the polynomial. So now we got the 0 of the divisor. If we are putting the 0 of the divisor here, so we will see here 1 minus 1 0, 0 into q, that is 0. Ultimately, if this term cancelled out, so we will get r. If we are putting here x is equal to 1, so definitely we have to put the x is equal to 1 here also. And now we are putting the x is equal to 1 square plus 3 into 1 plus 4. So we are getting here 4 plus 3 plus 1, that is 8. 8 is equal to remainder. So ultimately what we are getting here, what is the final remainder theorem says. Now let's see the last step, and that last step is actually we have to use in the questions, and that is the final result of remainder theorem. What is the final result of remainder theorem? If we are putting the 0 of the divisor in the dividend, if we are putting 0 of the divisor in the dividend, we are getting the remainder directly. So what is remainder theorem says? Get the 0 of the divisor, put it into the dividend, and now the result must be remainder. This is remainder theorem. Now let's see the remainder theorem by a few examples. Now using remainder theorem, the question says using remainder theorem, find the value of k on dividing this polynomial by x minus 2, remainder 7, leave a remainder 7. So we have a remainder. Remainder is 7. This polynomial 2x cube plus 3x square minus kx plus 5 is divided by x minus 2, then remainder is 7. This is the question. Now if remainder is given, so what we have to find? We have to find the value of k. Two types of question we are finding. Type 1 questions are very simple questions, get the remainder only. Dividend and divisor are given, get the remainder. That are very simple questions. Get the 0 of the divisor, put it into the divisand, ultimately you will get the remainder. Now this is not type 1 question, this is type 2 question. Type 2 questions are which type of questions? Something is missing in dividend or divider. Something is missing in dividend or divisor, and we have to get that constant, that missing constant we have to get. And now if we are going to get the constant, so something should be given, so remainder is given. This is second type question. Now what the remainder theorem says? Remainder theorem says get the 0 of the divisor. So if x minus 2 is equal to 0, therefore 0 of the divisor is 2. If we are getting the 0 of the divisor and now putting into the dividend, we will get the remainder. Now suppose the remainder is px. Suppose let this is px. So we are putting the x in the dividend, that means putting the x in p. So we are putting the x in p here. So putting x in polynomial, so p2 is equal to 2 into 2 cube plus 3 into 2 square minus k into 2 plus 5. And now that is the remainder. That is the remainder. P2's result is remainder. Now P2 is equal to what? That is 8 into 2, 16. 16 and that is 4 into 3, 12 minus k into 2, that is 2k plus 5. So we are finding here this is remainder, and remainder is what? 16 plus 12, 28. 28 plus 5, that is 33. 28 plus 5, that is 33 minus 2k, that is remainder. But we are aware about that this is remainder and this is also a remainder. We are aware about that remainder is given, and this is the remainder we have got. This is also a remainder. This is also a remainder. So definitely 33 minus 2k would be equal to 7. And now if we are transferring 33 and 7 towards 33, so it should be 33 minus 7, and transferring 2k towards right side, so we are getting here 26 is equal to 2k, bringing down 2 here, so 26 divided by 2 is equal to k, and finally we are getting the result k is equal to 13. So this is the value of constant k. Now remainder theorem is useful to get the constants. Now let's see new example. Now here we are finding a question in that we have to calculate a missing number. Find a if two polynomials, this one and this one, leaves the same remainder when divided by x plus 3. If both the polynomials are separately divided by x plus 3, so both are leaving the same remainder. then we have to find the value of a. What is the meaning of the question? Question says that if ax cube plus 3x square minus 9, if it is divided by x plus 3, and the second polynomial, that is 2x cube plus 4x plus a, whenever this polynomial is divided by x plus 3, so we are getting the same remainder. We are getting the remainder here and we are getting the remainder here. Both remainders are same. It is given in the question. Find a if two polynomial, this one and this one, leaves the same remainder when divided by x plus 3. Leaving the same remainder, that means this remainder and this remainder both are equal. So how can we find the remainder? How can we find the remainder? It's very simple. By remainder theorem. So we will find the remainder by remainder theorem. Let's see. First of all, what we have to do, we have to find the 0 of the divisor. In both the cases, x plus 3 is the divisor. So if we are going to calculate the 0 of the divisor, so we have to equate divisor to 0. Therefore, we are getting x is equal to minus 3. We are going to suppose this polynomial as px. Let first polynomial is px. What is that? Ax cube plus 3x square minus 9. And what is the second polynomial? Suppose the second polynomial is gx. And second polynomial is 2x cube plus 4x plus a. What the remainder theorem says? Remainder theorem says that get the 0 of the divisor, put the 0 of the divisor in the dividend, get the remainder. Put the 0 of the divisor in the dividend and get the remainder. Because both polynomials are divided by x plus 3, so both polynomials are dividend. Both are divided by x plus 3, so x plus 3 is the common divisor for both. X plus 3 is the divisor for both. So divisor of the 0 of the divisor must be same for both. So we are getting the remainder here. So we are putting minus 3 in the polynomial. A into minus 3 the cube plus 3 into minus 3 the square minus 9. Ultimately we are now able to calculate the remainder of the first. Minus 3 the cube, that is minus 27, so minus 27a. Minus 3 square, 9 into 3, 27, that is 27 minus 9. Ultimately we are getting here minus 27a and plus 18. This is first remainder. Now trying to get the remainder of the second part. Now if we are putting the 0 of the divisor here in the polynomial, so that is minus 3 the cube plus 4 into minus 3 plus a. So 2 into minus 3 the cube, that is minus 27 minus 12 plus a. So here we are finding that is minus 54 minus 12 plus a, and now the remainder is minus 66 plus a. That is the remainder we are getting by the second division. This is remainder 2 and this is remainder 1. And the question says leaving the same remainder, polynomial leaving the same remainder when both are divided by x plus 3. So that means this remainder and this remainder are equal. So therefore we can say minus 27a plus 18 must be equal to minus 66 plus a. So ultimately we are going to transfer the terms of a, 27 negative, 27a negative transferring towards right side, it should be 28a. 66 transferring towards left side. So 18 is already there, 66 must be positive. So we can say here 66 plus 18, it's 84. 84, 28. So the value of A is equal to 84 divided by 28. So we can see here that can be cancelled by 7, and ultimately we are getting here cancelled by 4, sorry. So we can get here 3. 3 is the result of A. So ultimately A is equal to 3 is the answer. So how the remainder theorem is helpful in solving the questions? We have seen 2 examples, and lot many questions you can do with the help of remainder theorem, sorry. So thanks for watching the video. Thanks all.